A sudden explosion over the Black Sea, radar screens lighting up, commanders scrambling through dimly lit control rooms, and a peninsula once considered untouchable now sitting at the center of the most dangerous escalation in Europe. Imagine waking up to the news that the balance of power in Crimea has shifted again, that Ukraine's offensive has pierced deeper than expected, and that Russia is preparing a response that could redraw the military map of the entire region. The world is holding its breath. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Impact Report. Please subscribe my channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss critical updates on conflicts shaping our future. The exterior of this conflict is as dramatic as the geography itself. Crimea stretches into the Black Sea like a fortress carved by nature, surrounded by deep waters and rugged coastlines. Once projected as an impenetrable bastion after 2014, it symbolized Russian dominance and strategic confidence under Vladimir Putin. The naval facilities in Sevastopol, the fortified airbases, and the layered missile systems created an image of steel and certainty. But Ukraine's latest offensive has scarred that exterior. Long-range precision strikes have targeted logistics hubs, air defense systems, and ammunition depots. Satellite images reveal damaged runways and defensive positions hastily reinforced. The Kerch Strait corridor, once a secure lifeline, now faces constant threat from drones and maritime strikes. The Black Sea itself has transformed from a shield into a contested battlefield, where unmanned surface vessels slip across the water at night, challenging what used to be uncontested naval patrols. From the outside, the Russian military posture appears reinforced rather than weakened. Additional missile batteries have reportedly been repositioned. Warships maneuver cautiously farther from shore. Combat aircraft increase patrol frequency. But appearances can be deceiving. Every new defensive layer reflects a reaction. Every redeployment signals adaptation under pressure. Ukraine's offensive has forced Russia to defend rather than dominate. The exterior narrative is no longer about expansion. It is about containment. Inside Crimea, the atmosphere is tense and compressed. Civilian life continues but under watchful uncertainty. Supply chains are tighter. Security checkpoints multiply. Communications are carefully monitored. Local loyalties remain complex, divided between fear, identity, and survival. Ukrainian intelligence efforts reportedly focus on disrupting command structures and exploiting vulnerabilities. Russia concentrates on counterintelligence and rapid fortification. The interior of this conflict is not loud explosions, but silent calculations. It is commanders reviewing maps at midnight. It is civilians watching the horizon. It is political leadership balancing escalation against global backlash. The strategic interior within Moscow reflects even deeper complexity. For the Kremlin, Crimea is more than territory. It is legacy. It is proof of geopolitical resolve. Losing strategic advantage there risks symbolic damage at home and abroad. Discussions of retaliation are not just military but political. Cyber operations, expanded missile campaigns, and energy infrastructure pressure are all options considered in response to Ukrainian gains. Meanwhile, Ukraine's leadership coordinates closely with Western partners, seeking intelligence sharing, weapons deliveries, and diplomatic backing from NATO members without triggering direct alliance confrontation. Performance on the battlefield has become the defining metric of this phase. Ukraine's use of precision artillery, long-range drones, and coordinated intelligence has delivered high-impact results relative to force size. Mobility, flexibility, and rapid adaptation characterize Ukrainian operations. Small units leveraging advanced targeting systems have struck assets once believed secure. Maritime drone technology has shifted naval calculations, forcing the Russian Black Sea Fleet into more defensive formations. Russian performance shows strengths in manpower reserves and layered defense systems, yet challenges persist in logistics resilience and response speed. Attrition rates, equipment strain, and economic constraints influence operational tempo. Both sides demonstrate learning curves, however. Innovation appears to be shaping outcomes more than sheer numbers. Safety features within this escalating environment are layered yet fragile. Russia's S-400 air defense systems form a protective bubble over strategic zones, designed to intercept aircraft and missiles before impact. Electronic warfare units attempt to jam incoming drones. Hardened bunkers protect command centers. On the Ukrainian side, dispersal tactics reduce vulnerability, and early warning systems supported by Western surveillance assets provide advance alerts. Yet safety is relative. Drone swarms exploit blind spots. Cyber intrusions test digital defenses. Civilian evacuation corridors operate under constant uncertainty. International diplomatic channels function as political safety valves, preventing miscalculation from spiraling toward broader war. The existence of these safety features underscores both sides' awareness of escalation risks, including nuclear rhetoric that periodically surfaces in official statements. The unique selling points of Ukraine's Crimea offensive lie in asymmetric leverage. Rather than matching Russia tank for tank or ship for ship, Ukraine focuses on precision and disruption. By targeting supply lines and command nodes, it amplifies strategic impact with limited resources. This model of warfare demonstrates how technology can level disparities between unequal forces. Crimea's location amplifies this significance. Control of the peninsula influences shipping lanes, energy transit, and regional grain exports. Any shift there reverberates across Europe, the Middle East, and global markets. The offensive also strengthens Ukraine's diplomatic leverage, reinforcing narratives of resilience and competence. For Russia, the unique element lies in deterrence posture, signaling capacity for retaliation across domains including cyber and missile capabilities, aiming to maintain strategic ambiguity. Price in this conflict cannot be measured solely in financial terms. Ukraine relies heavily on international assistance, with military and economic support totaling tens of billions of dollars since 2022. Russia faces extensive sanctions, asset freezes, and restricted trade, contributing to long-term economic contraction. Military expenditures strain national budgets. Reconstruction costs for damaged infrastructure in Crimea and southern Ukraine could reach tens of billions more. Beyond currency, the human toll defines the true cost. Soldiers lost, families displaced, cities disrupted. Environmental damage to the Black Sea ecosystem adds another layer of long-term expense. Each missile launched carries both a financial and humanitarian price tag that extends beyond immediate headlines. Retaliation plans reportedly under consideration in Moscow include intensified missile strikes on Ukrainian logistics networks, expanded cyber campaigns targeting energy grids, and possible attempts to reassert maritime control through aggressive naval maneuvers. Escalation scenarios range from limited conventional counteroffensives to strategic signaling exercises designed to deter further Ukrainian advances. The unpredictability lies in thresholds. How far can pressure increase before triggering broader international involvement? Ukraine calculates its moves carefully, aiming to consolidate gains without crossing red lines that could fracture Western unity. As winter conditions or seasonal weather patterns shift operational dynamics, both sides adjust strategies. Mud visibility and sea conditions influence drone efficiency and naval patrol routes. Intelligence cycles accelerate as reconnaissance becomes vital for anticipating strikes. The Black Sea remains the strategic centerpiece. Insurance rates for commercial vessels fluctuate based on perceived risk. Grain corridors operate under delicate negotiation frameworks. Each military maneuver intersects with economic stability. Leadership rhetoric intensifies. Vladimir Putin frames defense of Crimea as safeguarding national sovereignty. Ukrainian leadership emphasizes restoration of territorial integrity and international law. Messaging serves both domestic audiences and foreign capitals. Public perception shapes policy flexibility. The psychological battlefield is nearly as important as the physical one. The longer this phase continues, the clearer it becomes that Crimea is not merely about geography, but about precedent. If Ukraine demonstrates sustained capacity to challenge entrenched control, it may redefine assumptions about modern warfare. If Russia successfully stabilizes and retaliates effectively, it may restore deterrence credibility. Either outcome alters strategic thinking across Europe and beyond. In conclusion, the Ukraine-Crimea offensive update reveals a conflict entering a decisive and volatile stage. Exterior fortifications have been tested, interior political calculations intensify, performance metrics highlight innovation versus endurance. Safety features attempt to contain escalation while remaining vulnerable. Unique selling points showcase asymmetric strategy reshaping regional power dynamics. The price continues to mount in economic, human, and environmental terms. The Black Sea stands at a crossroads between containment and broader confrontation. The coming months will determine whether this escalation leads toward negotiated stabilization or deeper military entrenchment. Stay informed, stay analytical, and continue following the Impact Report as we track every development shaping the future of this region.